A very warm welcome from Providence Pastures, the Roots allotment site in Leeds, in Garforth. And this is week 3 of my allotment. So today is a bit of a flying visit, just because of the warm weather. I'm going to give the ground a bit of a water, having a quick look at things. That spinach is looking really healthy, the rhubarb's recovering well, potatoes coming up well. I need to throw a spade of compost on each of those. I think the tomatoes look okay, as do the sweet peppers. We've got some plenty of weeds here which I need to pull out. That's Weeding Wednesdays. Then over here the Cambridge favourite strawberries I put in have wilted, but that's to be expected to some degree when you're transplanting things. I mean, as you can see from the blackcurrant bush here, that basically has gone into shock, but it is recovering slowly. Just on the tips there, there's some new growth. And then my gardening nemesis, the broccoli seedlings, are actually still here. I thought putting them in too little like that they would have been eaten overnight, but anyway, we'll see. And then the little tomato seedling I stood on the other day is still there, which is good. The blueberry is looking okay, but so yeah, we'll just give it a bit of water. That was yesterday. This is today. It's Monday the 30th of June and it's going to be a very, very warm day today. So I'm back again at Providence Pastures to do some watering. So first things first, let's go fill the watering can. Oh, there we go. So just taking a closer inspection at things before we get water in. These broccoli seedlings are still here. The Cambridge favourite strawberries are wilting, but also in some of them I see signs of them picking back up again. Here's some weeds. This is where the other potatoes are going to grow. What I should say as well, just to remind myself, looking back on this later, is over there where I planted those potatoes, that's a bit of an experiment, because they're Mary Piper potatoes from the supermarket that started chitting in the bag. And over here, I believe Spud, the plot manager, I believe he said Mary Pier is what were on the sharing shelf. So yeah, we've got there's a Mary Pier and a couple of others, one there and one there. Then we've got the sweet pepper. One's looking good, one's looking a bit shriveled, and the tomatoes are looking all right. They've actually got green tomatoes on. The strawberry over here, I don't even remember what variety of strawberry that is. That's doing all right. The chilies have got chilies on the top there. spinach is doing all right, and the rhubarb's doing all right. I can see a little bug on there. I'm not sure whether it's one of them friendly bugs or not. And the onions are doing all right. Blackcurrant bushes looking well distressed. So get this set up on a tripod and do some watering. So as I was watering, I saw more signs of life from the potatoes. See one there, one there, one there, and that one are the two that I'd already spotted before. Yeah, so these Maripeas are coming up quite well. Then looking at the tomatoes, as I said before, they've got little green tomatoes on, and my aim, as well as everything else that I've said, is to actually try and collect seeds from anything that I grow to try and grow it next year. So what I'm thinking of is getting the seeds from the tomatoes because they are a patio variety, which are a determinate. I'm not very good with indeterminate ones, and patio ones tend to, just sit there quite happily. You water them, that's it. Pick them. So yeah. So that's it for today, because I've got to get back and do some legal work now. Try and get some papers into court for this week. Well, it's the day after yesterday, or the day before, should I say, of the last clip you had. Because yesterday was Weeding Wednesday, which I omitted to do this week, due to the fact I got up and I felt like that, as you do when you have disabilities. And yeah, so here I am. It's Thursday. So I've just seen Spud, the patch manager, and we just had a lovely little chat. And he's actually been really good, and we've just actually removed the sheet from the site, and now I look like a drama queen if you've watched my last videos. Yep, so that's where the sheet was, and we just dragged it off and put it over there together. And yeah, it's actually, I mean, there is a bit of grassroot on there, but actually when we examined it and compared it to the rest of the plot, it's actually probably the best the best bit of soil. And so they're doing a bit of work down there, moving compost about, and they've got the JCB here. So what Spud's going to do is he's going to ask his mate Dave, I think it is, if he'll bring up a shovel load of compost, and we'll just give this whole strip a bit more compost, particularly over there, not necessarily over here. I said I'd deal with this bit because I'd already rolled it back. So yeah, it's just doing some odd jobs today. As I say, I wasn't here yesterday for weeding, so yeah. Yeah, so a lot of the reason why I didn't come for Weeding Wednesday yesterday is I'm involved in this legal case, and basically it exhausts me. I'm absolutely exhausted. When you're putting together paperwork for court, it's mentally exhausting. Yeah, cheers, thank you. So it's just a case now of just hoeing these tops off of these weeds. I've just had a bit of advice off Spud, the patch manager, who's been excellent. And he's basically said just to sow, not to sow, to hoe lightly on the just across the surface sort of thing, not going too deep. That way I won't harm the potatoes that I'm putting in, because I just want to just get rid of these, just hoe these off, and then I can just give it a bit of a compost top up from that lovely compost that's just been dropped there. Excellent. So I'm not sure whether they recorded them because I don't know whether I've been pressing the buttons right, but I've just I've just hoed the top layer of weeds off of this area and added some compost. I'm just going to add a little bit more across there actually. Oh. Yeah, so Spud the patch manager was saying that my strawberries are mounded up a bit. I need to put some more compost on. Yeah, because the rabbits seem to have started digging around this area. I'm going to have to so trying to just sort of add some compost to the strawberries, but also trying to put some in between so they're not mounded up as much, because I don't know whether Spud was saying that it attracted rabbits or not, but he definitely said mounding them up they could dry out, which is what they are doing at the minute, but that's because they've just been transplanted not long ago. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, so really we're just putting back compost at the moment that was removed essentially when I had to take all them roots out. Oh, I tell you, Spud having this compost brought up here has been so much help. I've got to say, yeah, so much help. I mean, look at this. Would you get this at any other allotment? Probably not. Probably not. Because that's the thing with council allotment. You can spend years on the waiting list to get nowhere, to then find you've got a site that's essentially you need to bring up to scratch because it's overgrown and everything. And then you don't get given any seeds and you don't get given any compost and you don't really get given any help unless it's you happen to have a community that you've got involved with at the allotment. So at Roots here, it's I'm still staggered at what you get, and the patch manager, good for him, doesn't want to be on YouTube because I tell you what, I wish I could live a life that's totally off grid and offline, and yeah, he did say to me though, he says his job is to make sure everyone's happy, and what a job. And I said to him, I'm happy because as much as I moaned the other day when I was weeding, I'm happy. This is a brilliant project. And I did say to him I could see myself being here for years, but who knows? Who knows? I would like to have my own field and be living off grid and doing all this, on my own land. But we'll see. We will see. So, break time. So, quick break. Because, this is what I'm starting to realise more and more is to take breaks. But sometimes with autism and ADHD, your mind's not always, you're not always, you've not got that little reminder in your head that other people have that, oh, stop and take a break. You like, it's like being a racehorse with the blinkers on and you've got tunnel vision on the whatever it is you're doing, and quite often it means working sometimes and on a project and then finding I'm shaking because I haven't eaten. Time to get some water and do some watering. So where I've just added compost to these strawberries, I'm just going to water them, giving them plenty of water. Because they are wilted, dehydrated. It's not perfect, my composting here, but this is a project I'm learning. And it's funny because when I was talking to the patch manager, he was saying he's 40 odd years and he's still learning. Same me. I mean, I only started a few years ago, but every day with gardening's a learning experience, because nobody knows everything, and sometimes, you know, you might find things out or do a little experiment that works or fails, that where you become the expert in a certain area. Like Charles Dowding, he did some extensive research and videos and documented everything on the no dig, and now he's known as the no dig guru. Good for him. You know, more people should be experimenting like this. Very much doubt I will become an expert in anything gardening. But who knows? And I don't always absorb all the information that I study anyway. So sometimes old habits die hard. So yeah. So all this compost that I put on as well is fresh to the point of steaming, where I was invited to put my hand in it to test the temperature, and it was hot. It was hot. So that is also a reason to get some water on this. Just especially with the weather today being forecast for sunny and sunny cloudy, and then the next couple of days it's going to start raining again. So that's where I make decisions on when to come to the allotment as well, is depending on what the weather is. Like yesterday when I was feeling woolly headed, I thought, do you know what, it's drizzling and it's not like anything's going to suffer as a result of me not being there. But yeah, so I'll go get some more water. Get these broccoli seedlings watered. I'm actually surprised any of them are still here, although the ones that are here have been a little bit nibbled at, but not entirely. So I'll give a bit of water here as well, where I've added this compost, where the potatoes are underneath, and yeah. And at least watering it as well means that all that dust with the new compost gets absorbed into the ground, for whatever it's worth. funny when you're watering. I always find I have to tilt the watering can back a bit sometimes to get a good flow, because it's really weird, but you think you've got nothing but water in the can. Clearly there's something flows to the rows to clog it up. Anyhow. Oh. So apparently just hoeing like this as well, there's no need to remove any of the weed debris, because what the patch manager was saying is 9 times out of 10 they'll just crisp up and in the sun and die. Because I was just a bit concerned that if I didn't pull all the weeds out, would they come back and regrow in place? And I'm reliably assured that that will not always generally be the case. Which definitely makes it easier in terms of me thinking I need to get everything out when I don't. So yeah. did knock that. Yeah, the only thing he did say was, is if it's a flowering root weed, that's the definite time to remove it and not let it sit in the sun, because the seeds might leave the flower and spread. So I have put a bit of compost onto these potatoes and things around here. Not much, but I give them a bit of a water. There's yeah, probably more compost on the two at that side, closest to the camera. Because what I need to do really is, as these potatoes grow, is add a spade of compost as they grow to just mound them up a bit. And yeah, these tomatoes are definitely producing tomatoes, but these are the ones that I bought as already established plants from B&Q. As it was a bit late to start sowing seeds at that point, even though I have got one just a little bit further on that I have sown from seed. In fact, the pepper, sweet pepper here, looks like it's got pepper buds on it, fruit buds. So I'm not quite sure what came out on that time lapse then, because I had to stop it because one of my pot neighbours stopped by to just have a little chat. That was Mel there on the other plot. Lovely to meet her and the dog. And she was just telling me about coffee mornings, and yeah, I think I might go to the next coffee morning or two, just see what it's like. Because I have really bad social anxiety, I don't generally go to things like that unless I know what it is. Weirdly, I didn't know what it was. She just told me a little bit about it, and it sounds like it might be a fun social time, because she was saying it doesn't really get very busy at all, which is my perfect in terms of socialising, is when things are not too busy. Because social anxiety is exactly that. anxiety, well-being, social, or the thought of going to a social can just be as stressful. Oh, blimey neck. Not doing the best of jobs with this, but it's as I keep being reminded, and also remind myself, there is no right and wrong. No right and wrong when you're doing these things. And yeah, I was just saying to Mel that there's some compost there as well that Spud's brought over really kindly, that she can use if because yeah, I don't believe I'm going to be using all of that today, so I think I'll just get one more wheelbarrow load, which leaves a couple of wheelbarrow loads here. Oh. 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 So I've just actually been gifted these plants from my friend Mel, and what we're going to do is put them in here. So I believe, oh crumbs, I've forgotten what she said they were. If you're watching this, Mel, please forgive me. I've forgotten what they were now. I think these are kale. So I'm going to put one there and one here. These are Swiss chard, I think. So I'm going to put one here and one here. Oh. And the and then these are, I believe she said, red beetroot. So I'm going to put these beetroot here and here. So I'll just give them a bit of water. Just wash these where I've topped up the compost on these leaves. There we go. And I think that's it for today. So we've done a bit of weeding, done a bit of watering, and we've topped up the compost. So yeah, and then this compost that Spud brought, that's available to anybody that wishes to use it. So thank you for watching this week's vlog. Please look out for the next one. Please do like, share, subscribe. I know nobody's going to do any of those things, but this is what we have to do on YouTube, is we have to say these things. So please don't like, please don't share, and please don't subscribe. See you in the next video.